Hey BJD Addicts, this is Spore and Spore the Doll, and I am responding to BJD Addicts prompt number 35, which is about recasts. Now I'm using my sister's webcam, so I'm sorry about the not exactly matching video to speech quality. But before I start really talking about this, I wanted to say that I don't feel like I'm an expert on this topic. In fact, I've been trying to avoid it as much as possible. But when I saw this on BJD Addicts, I was like, no, not this again. No, I didn't want to get into this here. But I love doing the prompts, and I really debated with myself before I decided that this would be the place where I would shove a bit of my input and then cast the subject off and probably try not to talk about it very much again, as much as possible. So I'll start off with things that personally I don't have a problem with, and this is talking about me in my own buying habits and how I feel about myself in terms of recasts. So if you do have a recast in any way, I don't really have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you. That's what I'll say first. No problem with you. So other things I have no problem with. So I have no problem with you. You person who collects recasts, and you person that hates them, I don't have a problem with you. You're fine. I do not have a problem with recasts of limiteds. A lot of the time I feel there's pretty much no other way to get them, and the companies aren't losing any money on these dolls because they're not dolls they would have produced anyway. The only people losing money would be the people that are trying to buy and resell at inflated prices, which I disagree with anyway. Personally, I buy my dolls because I love the sculpt, and I don't intend to ever sell it or get as much back for them as I paid for them because now they're used. So, not fair, not cool, don't like it. So I don't have a problem with recasts of limiteds. I also don't have a problem with recasts of dolls in otherwise inaccessible skin tones. I get that you don't want to risk dyeing your super expensive, amazing, perfect doll in any color and potentially ruining the doll. I understand. So buying a recast is a good way to not lose money by potentially ruining a doll that you want in a color that that company doesn't cast their dolls in. So those are some things I don't have a problem with. I do have a problem with people trying to sell recasts at their original prices, at the company prices, or ripping people off, trying to sell on DOA, not admitting that they're recasts when you're selling them. There are other places for you to sell them, and you shouldn't be trying to advertise them as the company's doll. That's not fair. I also don't love the idea of recasts of basic dolls. I'm a collector of simple dolls. I have 5 dolls now, and they're all basic dolls because I like really normal looking, sort of boring dolls. I'll admit that. And I take a really long time to look at all the sculpts and decide on ones that I really like. So the thing that I like about basic dolls is you have basically forever to save for them, and they're always around. So I don't see why you would need to make a recast of basic dolls that you can save up for and they're not going anywhere. Another thing I don't like is all this drama. If people own recasts and are not trying to rip other people off, then I think that's totally fine. This topic is everywhere, and so I try to avoid it as much as possible, a lot of the time. And all the shunning is really sad. If I admit to owning a knockoff purse, I don't expect to lose any friends. So why is that a concern for BJD collectors? So that's a question I'll leave you with. And so those are just my feelings and opinions. And feel free to have your own. I also get why people are totally against recasts because their artwork and stuff like that. And I get why people are totally for recasts because they can't afford their doll, whatever, their dream doll. So yeah, that's my opinion, and that's how I feel. So, thanks for listening, and feel free to comment. I don't care if it's positive or negative, whatever. Just try to be nice to me, because I want to be nice to you, and I want us all to be friends, if you have a recast or not. Okay? So, take care, guys, and see you next prompt, and soon I'll have another update on my Soul Doll Star, who I recently bought. She's over sitting on the side. She has no face or hands right now. She's getting a manicure and a face-up. So I'll have updates on her pretty soon. I've already been getting some pictures of her face-up progress from the face-up artist who's doing her face-up for me. So it's really exciting. And yeah. See you later.